Hello Scorpio, Scorpio rising, and Scorpio moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting July 17th, 2017. As you can see, I've got a different layout right now because those of you who've been following me for a while know that I actually like to showcase some of the cards whenever I change up the decks, and I'm actually working with a new Oracle deck, which I'm absolutely in love with, and I'm actually bringing back an old favorite of mine, the Llewellyn Tarot, and I'm not sure if I've ever done this on video. I actually worked with this deck a lot way before Scarlet Moon time, back when I was working a regular job and I was going to college and all this kinds of stuff. It's still a fabulous deck. And so I'll be doing a review on these both on my vlog channel, Scarlet Moon Magic. If you are interested, those will probably be up towards the end of the weekend. I've got those scheduled to go up after the horoscopes go up. On that topic, I'm actually unavailable to do readings this week. Between the 16th and the 22nd, I will actually be out of town. So I'm not going to be available for neither appointments nor downloadable video files, and so if you are interested in that, you will have to schedule your appointment for the not this week, but the following week. Of course, it's a self-schedule system, so you don't have to email me for that. You can just do so at my website. If you order any video files during this week, they are going to go in a queue, so they will be answered and taken care of in the order in which they are received. So, whatever comes to the top of the queue when I get back, late the 21st or, early 22nd, I will actually be starting to do video files and get those all taken care of again, working down that list and that line. So, just a quick update for you there. So, what is going on with the astrology? Oh yeah, by the way, again, if you do want to get those readings and all those kinds of things, you do need to go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. That's the only way you can actually get any sessions with me, is to go to my website, which is also where you can go and get the Tarot Home Study course, which is over 3 hours of video content of me teaching you about the tarot, along with supplemental documents taken from my book, interpretation sheets, spreads, all kinds of good stuff. It's only $35, and you can study tarot at your own pace, on your own time, in your own space. So, what's going on with the astrology this week? This week's actually kind of interesting. We've got 2 very big peak days, and then the rest of the week's kind of chill. Okay, on Monday, we've got Venus square to Neptune between your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, and intimacy, and your 5th house of love and romance. And there seems to be an issue that we need to look at, because sometimes when Venus and Neptune come together in this kind of clash, we have a tainted prospect, an opportunity with conditions, a tainted situation that it's flawed from the ground up, essentially. And it's happening, when we look at the 8th house square the 5th house, this can have to do with, a romantic situation that is new for those of you who are looking for new people. This could be, because of Venus in the 8th house, this could be something that's actually very, very good in terms of, the passion, the physical intimacy, the attraction. But there, again, there's an unacceptable, detrimental kind of flaw or condition for being in that situation. So if there is a new person who shows up on or around that day, be very, very judicious with who you actually choose to commit that time and energy to. If it's on a financial level, this does look like a prospect that either a partner or maybe even a child is, involved in or committing to, that is actually going to be of detriment to them and the family. So it may also be wise to, to pour over again, what about this is flawed from the ground up, and where could it doesn't mean that none of this is possible. It doesn't mean we have to avoid everyone. It doesn't mean we can't do anything. It just means that this day, the terms of what this is and what could be agreed upon on Monday are unacceptable. Revisit this the following week. On Tuesday, I'm sorry, one more thing on Monday. We've also got Mars, planet of action and energy, in Cancer, in your 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, as well as your education, your spiritual life, forming a tense square to Uranus, currently in your 6th house of work, reputation, and your schedule. And this could be a difficult day when it comes to actually managing an overbooked schedule. There may be a fight or an argument that actually comes up about somebody volunteering you or over-volunteering you, or actually competing to consume a lot of your time and energy during that schedule. And it's very important to pay attention to when somebody just has no scruples about doing this. Could be a boss, it could be a customer, could be a teacher, could be, you know, a meeting that goes on forever. And this could turn into actually a personal fight or a personal altercation. The problem with Uranus in the 6th house is that this can also create issues. You know, this person may talk about how mean you were when you were doing what was acceptable in that situation. So be very careful, Scorpio, about letting somebody have the business too hard. Now on Tuesday, things are a lot easier for you. We've got Venus in that 8th house of shared resources, passive income, and intimacy, forming a gorgeous trine to Jupiter in your 12th house. You passed your privacy in your hidden zone. And it does look like some unexpected funds may just land in your bank account. This could actually be a return on something that you didn't know you were getting a refund on. This could be money coming back to you that actually is a debt being repaid. This could even be an opportunity for a growth spurt in an independent business project that you're working on. If you're trying to get, you know, venture capital investors, or even if you just have, you know, little sales and things like that, you know, through a little online shop or, you know, eBay or whatever, you may be noticing those things kicking up a lot, especially between Tuesday and Wednesday. So all in all, very polar, and that's just Monday and Tuesday, and then everything else is really chill. So what's going on with your cards this week? And remember, we're using the Llewellyn Tarot and the Druid Animal Oracle. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we've got the 6 of Pentacles reversed. And again, we need to pay attention to where we need to actually start cutting off certain, I guess you could say, lines in our income this week, or certain opportunities, or doing a lot more declining of offers, propositions, and things like that that are actually definitely losing deals for us. The 6 of Pentacles reverse can indicate this may be a challenge because it does feel like we're turning down an investment that will pay off more in the future. We're wrong. Okay, I'm just going to cut it out, you know, just cut it flat out like that. The 6 of Pentacles reverse can often show up as a situation where we also need to pay attention to where we are being overly generous, or perhaps even overly patient with a coworker, a client, or a boss. And it's time to actually hold them accountable to their part of the bargain. A lot of situations where favors, you know, as special favors, you know, again, money getting borrowed, loaned, things like that, may actually get denied a lot this week. I would definitely say a lot of that is that Venus-Neptune energy, and that Mars-Uranus energy. If you yourself are trying to get a loan or get some kind of special favor, some special treatment, people are not going to be open to it in the beginning of the week. Save that talk for Thursday or Friday. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have a fight, unfortunately, possibly actually building up. The 5 of Swords upright can indicate a situation where a friend or a relative and you may have to have it out. And again, this could be a situation where, you know, this butting of heads may actually get personal if we're not careful. You know, usually the 5 of Swords will show up when people are not fighting about a conflict to resolve, and suddenly it turns into just trying to hurt one another. And Scorpio, it's important to pay attention to where this situation needs to be nipped in the bud. You know, sometimes this card shows up as a need to pay attention to where, you know, before you can actually solve the issue, we've got to neutralize the source of the issue. Now, I'm not saying take out a hit on them, but with the 5 of Swords, this could be a situation where, you know, this person they don't know friend from foe anymore, you know. And if you can't get them to see that you are a friend and not a foe, then they need to go it alone. And that's how you can neutralize it as well, you know. Sorry about it. I know that sounds kind of harsh. Sometimes people might want to be like, well, what if this person's just freaked out and they need a shoulder to cry on? Well, you don't beat your shoulder to cry on, okay? That's the 5 of Swords for you. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the 9 of Swords upright. 9 of Swords upright does indicate here, okay, again, there may be some issues going on where people are not actually able to cope with high stress and tension in the air And with the Nine of Swords, it does tend to be an issue regarding, a need to pay attention to where we are doing things simply to look for relief as opposed to look for solutions. Sometimes we go out of our way to take the edge off instead of trying to solve the actual problem. And that may make sense if it's a problem that can't be solved instantaneously. But with the Nine of Swords upright as your challenge, it's also making sure that we're not thinking things to death. Because the Nine of Swords can warn about rumination actually, taking more time out of your day than, again, solving the actual challenge. This could be guilt. This could be anxiety about guilt coming your way, feeling guilt-tripped. And there may be an issue coming home to roost that maybe you have some culpability in, you are complicit in, especially if it's a fight between friends. It does take two to tango, so you're going to have to accept your part in it. But your challenge with the Nine of Swords is also saying here, don't make yourself out to be a bigger villain than you really are. That's another thing that you want to pay attention to. Sure, if there is a battle going on with friends, a misunderstanding, a fight with, a loved one or something like that, we have to accept our part in it. We absolutely do. Making ourselves out to be worse than we really are, it ain't helping nobody. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the King of Swords upright. This will be very interesting as far as love and romance goes for the Scorpio people, because you guys are actually going to have a very strong opportunity to have a lovely meeting of the minds with a potential new lover this week. And with the King of Swords, we tend to see somebody who is a bit more introverted. This is definitely somebody who I'm not picking up from this person somebody who is, highly sociable all the time. They have a smaller social group. Could likely be an air sign, an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, or somebody with a heavy amount of those qualities in there. I'm kind of picking up from this card, I'm kind of picking up that this person has got, I guess you could say, some kind of personal obsession. Sometimes, people have those little obsessions, like they're obsessed with a certain type of hobby, or they're obsessed with, maybe even a certain kind of culture. But this does seem to be something that works out very, very well for you, because this person fancies themselves a scholar, I think, of whatever this is. It's not just like a fanboy kind of situation or a fangirl kind of situation. For those of you who are currently coupled, the King of Swords does indicate your partner may actually decide to step in and intervene in an issue that you've been trying to keep them out of. And the truth of the matter is with the King of Swords, your partner may have the right answer, or the quick fix that actually is the real fix. Now, maybe we don't want our partner to get involved. Maybe this is kind of like, look, this is my battle, this is my journey, I want to do it on my own, it's important for me to do it on my own. Yeah, that doesn't mean we can't do what the King of Swords suggests. Doesn't necessarily mean that, because I kind of feel like this is a situation where, if there are a lot of conflicts this week, we're going to, sorry about that, Scorpio. Got a little bit cut off. But wisdom suggests, it's not the end of the world to take this person's advice. And again, your partner may actually prove to have a quick fix to a solution again, even if we wanted to keep this between us and our girlfriend, or us and our family member, us and whatever. They want to step in, it's because they want to help you. And that's the thing. It's because they care about you. It's not about them coming in and saving the day. Let them do it. For your spiritual advice, we've got the card of the Fox. Interestingly enough, the Fox is a card that often talks a lot about the need to understand diplomacy, sociability, but also being able to pay attention to when, again, it's important to get out of dodge. And this can be a situation where, again, we don't necessarily need to solve our problems with brute force. Foxes are very versatile creatures, and one of the impressions that I'm actually getting from this card does have to do with the fact that you need to be able to know when it is actually more appropriate to wait for a situation to die down instead of just jumping in. Or, again, if somebody else is trying to kind of go and handle a threat or take down something, or teamwork is necessary, perhaps more necessary than proving ourselves and doing it all by ourselves, this is the card you want to have. because the fox doesn't necessarily want conflict. I mean, not a whole lot of people do, but the fox is not the type of creature to go out and, and pick fights with people. They're not going out and, and attacking. They're actually very sociable and adaptable. And if you're feeling like there's a situation that you wish you could escape, or that you do need to escape or let go for a little bit, that's okay to do this week. Tactical withdrawals are actually, what wise people make when they know there's a situation that has no immediate answer or immediate fix. Staying through to the bitter end, you don't have to win every war through attrition. And this week, I think we're going to learn a lot about that. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. It's the same place you'd go if you wanted to order the Tarot Home Study course. I'll talk to you later.